Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and blessings to all. Welcome to Shadow of Wolves. In understanding, I do apologize for not uploading videos. Some people have messaged me and I appreciate you. There's been those that I speak to. I'm thankful for my godchildren and my family and all of those who have provided legitimate, genuine sweetness and support. Most importantly, my heart goes out to my Padrino's wife and his children. Adebisi, Ibae and tunu, OBATALA. My Padrino passed away. He was not my Padrino who crowned me. He was blessed to be very old at the time and to have gone to heaven in this ripe age of 88. Maferefun OBATALA, Eunle Meji. He is my Padrino. When I first got here from New York, he gave me my first Elegua, Aye, and he also gave me a Lokun. I received a Lokun, Aye, my Jabon, Oshun, Kalorde, Ibae and tunu. I inherited my Jabon's Lokun. My Padrino taught me so much. Not only did he give me Elegua, he also gave me a Lokun, and I also had the blessing of receiving Orisha Agayu. Throughout this whole time, he has been amazing support. He taught me the traditional practice. If you refer to my old video when he was in flesh and bone on this earth, he taught me the traditional way of the Aleki ceremony as he was crowned 46 years in Ocha. Being what we call Lagwa and an elder, he took his time to teach, and for others who were available and who would listen and be respectful and spend time with him to learn. So how does that go? What happens when an elder passes away? For example, if you look at my old video for Obatala, they used to call him the Daddy Yankee in New York City. Originally, he's from Puerto Rico, and then he moved to New York City, and then he came to Florida. He was also a Tata in Palo Mayombe. He has called me and gave me a chance when no one else did to be a Yayi for many of his godchildren in Palo Mayombe. I actually started with Palo. When I finished getting crowned, I said, wait a minute, like I thought everything would be with Orisha. With all due respect, we know Eggun and spirit comes first, but he called me many times and trusted me to be a Yayi for his godchildren and taught me so much. With the blessing of that and appreciation of an elder like this, that was not greedy for money, that you know that you had to give your ache to respect his guardian angel, giving him what we call a woe, giving him money, of course, derecho, for his work and services. But he was very fair. He was always available. And when you sat around him, you didn't look like, it's not a university, okay? I just have to tell you this real quick. When we get crowned in Orisha faith or we get scratched, we're not going to York College or NYU, or I don't know, Penn State University, Hunter College. Listen, most of this relies on your intelligence of studying and being a diligent student, okay? Because you shouldn't get involved in something if you know nothing about it. Like, take the time out to learn. And that's what I did. A lot of my knowledge, I have so many books. I was thirsty for knowledge. So not only did I teach myself, and when I have ceremonies, I tell my godchildren, listen, I'm having a ceremony here. Those who have that initiation either get lifted to work, like my godchildren in Sanse, one coming up in 21 Division, and so forth, or even in Ocha, I tell my godson, even though I'm not his Orisha Madrina, and being his Madrina in Palo Mayombe, I invited him to an Orisha ceremony so that he can learn, because he's already crowned. Okay, so this particular elder, Adebisi, Victor Antonio Lopez, Ibae and tonu, may he rest in peace. He was a fortress of protecting his information, but for those that spent time with him without looking for something, he was willing to teach. All you had to do was ask. So my first Eleki ceremony, of course, my Padrino that crowned me, my Ferefuno Chum, was here with me. Upon that time, after that, Victor Lopez, Ibae, and tonu, Padrino Victor, my Ferefuno Batala, he taught me step by step by step by step. Okay, and that's just the beauty of this religion, is most of it is through word of mouth passed on by elders. Okay, you have to be careful of what books you read, because some books, I've noticed now, are mixing Wicca with Santeria and so forth. So now let's get started. What do we do? What do we do when an elder passes away that we receive that Orisha from? What do we do with that? All right, so because my Orishas are from Oshun, Yemi, Kinkamache, Oshumen, Yemi. Those Orishas, they stay standing. And thank God, thank the Olodumare, he's still here on earth. However, the ones that I received from Padrino Victor, which is a local and so forth, those Orishas are considered to be in mourning. Now, let me begin by teaching you. These particular Orishas have to be placed on a stera that you received. So when you received these Orishas, the Orishas that come from an elder that passed away, they have to go on a stera respectfully. You don't give them offerings, you don't give them candles, you don't give them fruits or nothing. They are in mourning. You put them on what we call an estera. An estera, let me just show you an example, because I love YouTube. I could be on here forever talking to you guys, okay? An estera, which looks something like this, okay? We call it a straw mat, an estera. This represents Africa for us. That's why we don't step on estera with our shoes. That's why we can step with our feet, our bare feet, and we kiss the estera when we throw this down to salute an elder or Orisha. Now, they go on estera, not only that, then after they go on estera, you cover them with a white sheet, okay? You delicately cover them. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, not a towel, a sheet or a beautiful white cloth with no decoration, okay? Then your next step is to take what we call the tears out of this particular Orisha to refresh them. So when I inherited a lokun from a tutu ceremony, from Kalode Ochun, okay, Ochun Kalode, Ibae and tonu, I had to take the tears out. Once you put that Orisha down on the stera and you cover it, you're going to feel it. Why do we do this? It's a soul energy. It is a manifestation of the inner soul of the molecules, the blood, the atoms, the ori of that particular elder, okay, that gave you that Orisha. They gave you that ashe that goes with that Orisha. That's why it is important. Padrino Victor wanted to give me Orisha Oko, and I said no. Why? Because I did not want to take his little bit of ashe, as he was very old, that he had here on earth. So remember, when they give this to you and they ask with Obi, they ask their guardian with Obi if they can give you that Orisha, okay? Remember, they're giving you that ashe. That's why no matter what, it is very important to respect our elders. Most importantly, to never, ever disrespect our padrinos or madrina, because no matter what, the Orisha is on the head. Okay, and no matter what, I respect my godfather Oshun Kalode and my Jubon, okay, Obauki. So they give you birth. No matter what's going on, do not confront them. Do not be disrespectful, because it's like your parents. When you receive your crown, you are being reborn. When you receive your warriors, when you receive your Orisha, that is the person's soul energy. So why is Orisha so important? Because once they give birth, so for example, my Padrino Victor Lopez Adebisi, Ibae tonu OBATALA, told me, listen, you received Agayu from me. So now this Agayu has to sit in front of my Agayu for 7 days so that it can pick up the Ache and it shadows it. This is the correct way. So when you receive Orisha, at least leave your newborn baby, your Orisha, with the person that's giving you that Ache. So it's been very sad. You can feel it within your soul no matter what. His family gave him the utmost beautiful beautiful ceremony. A funeral ceremony was just amazing. He was all in white. The coffin was in white. And I know many people are going to tell me, oh, you have Orisha on your head. Ma fedefuna chosi in my life. You know, ma fedefunya maya chun, ma fedefuna batala, everybody here, all Orisha. But, oh, you can't go. Well, first of all, when it comes to being your parent, your godparent, your loved one, you can throw obi. I do. That's whatever you decide to do as being a crown person is your problem. You talk to your guardian, your godparent. But for me, I got to go, and I knew how to prepare myself. How do we normally prepare ourselves as Santeros? Even those who want to know basic information, somewhat of preparing yourself, but not everything is for everybody. We put what we call efun, cascaria, on our crown chakra, our ori. Okay, and we put what we call the leaf of life, siempre viva leaf. Okay, some of us even put pluma del oro, the African gray bird's tail, which is a red. It represents royalty. We can put that. You never pull that from that bird. If it falls and someone's selling it, you can buy it. Okay, and we cover our heads and we wear white for our funeral. We don't wear black. That's just the way it goes. And why? Black for us absorbs, just like you get hot when you wear black, it absorbs energy, and and then we clean ourselves when we leave. So what do? What happens to an elder when they pass away? Well, when an elder passes away, and I'm not giving away any secrets, just to give you an idea, we have a ceremony which is called Itutu ceremony. That Itutu ceremony has to be conducted by an Oba Oriate. There are other crowned, there's Santeros or Santeras there, and so forth. There has to be a prayer. There has to be something done for Eggun, for spirit. And then there has to be something done where they ask each Orisha where they want to go. Okay, and they have to follow the guidelines of whatever falls on that stera. Okay, there's different colors that are used for materials and different things, and it's a very sacred but a very heart-wrenched, very difficult ceremony, very sad. Okay, normally the songs in Santeria and Lukumi Yoruba, they are sung backwards, and I'm not giving any additional secrets, but I'm telling you the basics. Okay, so nobody who, if you're not crowned, okay, for example, before I crowned my goddaughter OBATALA, Yabo, she was upstairs, she was away when we were doing an Itutu ceremony for her mom. Okay, you cannot be there and be present. Is disrespectful to the Orisha to be present in an Itutu ceremony. Why? Because there are secrets when they break those soperas, and it's very sad, and they break the house of the Orisha, okay, and they're doing certain prayers, you see everything, and that's not appropriate, you know. So normally those who are aleos, that means they have their beads and so forth, or loved ones, they are in a separate room, unless they're called, if they are inherited an Orisha or something happened with, you know. But normally those secrets are not seen unless you are crowned in Orisha faith and you went through your year and 7 days as a Yavo, okay? So it's a very sad situation, but do remember, if your madrina or padrino died, whether they crowned you or not, and you received a Orisha from them, it could be the Imaguas or Lokun, Ideu, the warriors, La Pluma de Obatala, because that's really the only one that we give La Pluma, okay, and so forth. Or you must respectfully put your Orisha from that person that passed away on the floor. Cover that Orisha, put a stera underneath, cover with a white cloth, but always consort with your madrina, padrino, or elder that is guiding you. You don't take what I'm saying. What I'm saying is right. I'm sorry, it is. But go to your godparent. Why? I find it utmost disrespectful if I'm going to give my godchild direct advice from the knowledge of my elders and from my experience, and then they go call someone else, another elder, to confirm what I said. Follow your house tradition. There are different ramas, there's different branches of Santeria of Osha, okay? There's different branches, and sometimes branches do things a little different, but you must take the tears out. Those are used with different plants of Orisha, and it's also used with different sacrifices that are given to Orisha, okay, for that particular Orisha. And the plants are there, and it has to be an elder and an Obatalala. So in blessings to my godfather, I'm willing to pass on some of the knowledge, like he told me, spirit is first, never forget your Eggun, and so forth. So in blessings, may he rest in peace. And Adebisi, may your legacy continue to move on. I gotta stop this video. Alafia, Aho, I say namaste, and blessings to Adebisi. 3 Obatalas passed that day, and it rained so heavy. It was a shock. But he was a warrior. He was strong, and he was very, very big in this. May he rest in peace. Ibae, Ibae tunu, in blessing.